It was a chilly autumn evening, and the wind outside howled softly as it rustled through the trees. Inside the warm house, a little girl named Lily was getting ready for bed. She had just finished brushing her teeth when her mother called from the living room. "Lily, don't forget your cozy blanket," her mother said, holding up a soft, knitted blanket covered in tiny stars and moons. Lily smiled and ran over to her mom. "Thank you, Mommy," she said, wrapping herself in the blanket. It was her favorite thing in the whole world, a gift from her grandmother, who had made it for her when she was born. "Do you want me to tuck you in tonight?" her mother asked as they headed toward Lily's bedroom. Lily nodded. "Yes, please." As they walked to her room, the soft glow of the nightlight greeted them, casting a warm light across the walls. Lily climbed into bed, pulling the cozy blanket up to her chin as her mother sat beside her. "Tell me a story, Mommy," Lily said softly, snuggling deeper into her blanket. Her mother smiled and gently brushed Lily's hair from her face. "All right, how about I tell you a story about the magic of your blanket?" Lily's eyes lit up with excitement. "My blanket is magic." "Oh, yes," her mother replied with a twinkle in her eye. "It's a very special blanket. Let me tell you why." She began the story, her voice soft and calming. "Once upon a time, in a little village not too far from here, there was a kind old woman named Granny Moon. Granny Moon loved to knit, and everything she made was filled with love. But her most special creations were her magic blankets. You see, these blankets weren't just warm and soft. They had the power to make anyone who wrapped themselves in them feel loved, safe, and brave." Lily listened closely, her eyes wide with wonder. One day, a little girl just like you received one of Granny Moon's magic blankets. Her name was Emma, and she loved her blanket more than anything. Whenever Emma felt sad or scared, she would wrap herself in the blanket, and it was as if all her worries melted away. "What happened to Emma?" Lily asked, intrigued. "Well," her mother continued, "one night, Emma had a big adventure. She woke up in the middle of the night, wrapped in her magic blanket, and found herself in a glowing forest. The trees sparkled with tiny lights, and the moon shone brighter than ever." "Was she scared?" Lily asked, clutching her own blanket a little tighter. "Not at all," her mother assured her. "She wasn't scared because the blanket made her feel safe. As she walked through the forest, she met a little owl named Oliver. 'Hello, little one,' Oliver hooted gently. 'What brings you to the enchanted forest tonight?' 'I don't know,' Emma replied. 'I just woke up here with my blanket.' Oliver tilted his head and smiled. 'Ah, that's because your blanket is special. It brought you here to show you something wonderful.' Emma followed the wise old owl deeper into the forest, where she saw all sorts of magical creatures, dancing fireflies, gentle deer with shimmering antlers, and even a friendly fox who offered her a ride. As they walked, Oliver told her, "This forest is a place where dreams come true. where love and kindness are the greatest magic of all. Your blanket brought you here because it wants you to remember that no matter where you go, you are never alone. Lily smiled at that. That's just like my blanket. Her mother nodded. Exactly, Lily. That's why your blanket feels so special. It's filled with all the love from Grandma, and it will always make you feel safe, no matter what. Lily snuggled deeper into her blanket, feeling the warmth and comfort wrap around her like a hug. "And what happened to Emma?" she asked sleepily. Emma had the most wonderful adventure that night, but when the morning sun rose, she found herself back in her own bed, just like you. From that night on, she knew that as long as she had her blanket, she could be brave and happy, even when things seemed scary. Her mother leaned down and kissed her on the forehead. And just like Emma, you'll always have your cozy blanket to keep you safe and warm. Lily smiled, her eyes growing heavy. "Thank you, Mommy," she whispered, her voice soft with sleep. "You're welcome, sweetheart," her mother said, standing up quietly. "Sweet dreams, my little one." As Lily drifted off to sleep, wrapped in her cozy blanket, she felt safe, loved, and ready to dream of her own magical adventures.